I don't know if anyone's realized, but I wouldn't say that I've been struggling with the bats lately. I just think I should be doing better than I've been doing at the dish. And usually around the time I pick up somebody new in the lineup, the bats can come alive. It could spark the lineup for somebody new to make an addition. And Andre Ethier actually had a pretty decent debut, went 1 for 3 with a clutch RBI double. Should have had a dinger too, and he got intentionally walked, so clearly that guy didn't want to pitch to him. So, yeah, man, I think it's been a couple weeks since I've put up more than like 7 hits. That is no joke. I don't know, that may be an exaggeration. Actually, that's probably not even close to an exaggeration. I probably haven't even put up more than 7 hits in the past couple weeks. And, that may not be entirely my fault, right? Like, the game may not just be rewarding me for getting good contact and stuff like that. But, I don't know. I've just been feeling a bit off lately at the plate. Like, I've been making good contact sometimes, but sometimes there's those games when you go out there and you just rip the cover off the ball. And I haven't been doing that much lately. So I'm looking to get back to the business. Get back to just doing damage at the dish, because there was a span I remember when I was just going out there and killing everybody. It was like the 13-game win streak. I could not be stopped. I was putting up like 10-plus hits a game, and that was just ridiculous. So I'm looking to get back to doing that. And I think I said in the last video that I'm going to be picking up like gold players and stuff and just playing with some gold cards who I can, feel like I can do some work with at the plate and just in general. And I've been looking into it a little bit. I'm probably going to do that soon, like I said. I noticed that a lot of people have been saying that the gold Mike Napoli, like the flashback Napoli, is pretty crazy. I mean, I've looked at that guy, and he doesn't look that good if you ask me. Obviously, the power is good, but the contact is suspect, and the vision is below suspect. Like 30-something vision, that is bad, man. Like if you're facing somebody crazy on the mound, then you have to be like a professional at this game if you want to even think about getting some good contact or something. No, obviously you don't have to be a professional, but you have to, be having a fucking good day at the plate if you want to step up to the plate and hit some dingers, especially with that vision. The fielding is atrocious too. Like, I guess you could put him at first base because that is his only secondary position, but his fielding is like 60. And like, if I were to get him, I definitely wouldn't put him behind the plate. Like, if I was just going to assemble a gold squad, then I would obviously leave Brian McCann behind the plate and then put Napoli at first, most likely. I was thinking about getting Freddie Freeman, and I didn't even think about Ortiz. I should have thought about Ortiz, obviously, but man, if I were to get all these guys, everybody would be a lefty in the lineup pretty much, like Seager, Crawford, Ellsbury, Ethier, Eddie Matthews. Like, I would need to get some righties in the lineup, so Napoli would probably play first base. And second base, Dozier, too, is another guy that people have been saying. I think he's like a 90 overall now, plus the inside edge, so maybe I will pick him up, too. So, yeah, like, I'm not really sure when that's going to happen, but I'm definitely going to do that soon because, yeah, man, gold cards are the most fun cards to use in this game. Not including Ted Williams and Pujols. Those diamond cards are ridiculous. Like, those cards like that are just fucking insane, and, they're amazing. So those cards are fun to use. But I find that a lot of gold cards are very underrated, and a lot of people don't even realize that. Today may be a double upload, too. I'm not, like, 100% certain on that. I'm just saying, like, today I'm going to do my absolute best to get a double upload. Like, this video is probably going to be posted around 3 o'clock Eastern time if you live in the States. So, 3 o'clock Eastern time is when this video will be uploaded. And then the second video, if I'm going to get it up in time, it will probably be around 10 o'clock Eastern. So, look out for that. No guarantees that's going to be a double upload day. But I'm going to do my absolute best. And if it is, it's probably going to be another video where I'm talking about some legends or just flashback cards who should be in MLB The Show 17, because you guys have been letting me know some amazing guys. And I just like those discussion videos too, right? Videos you can get discussions going. Those are good videos to make. And I like when people just chime in with their opinions and stuff of who they think should be in the game. And people were letting me know about some good fucking suggestions, man. But some suggestions I was looking at and I was like, that is so damn true. Like, I was like fucking on my feet applauding that guy for saying that legend should be in the game. So I'm probably going to make one of those videos again to get some more discussions going. And maybe, just maybe, MLB The Show 17 will feature some of those guys. you saw I was doing pretty decent, I guess, with the bats to begin this game. And, I mean, yeah, Ubaldo Jimenez was on the mound yet again, so he is becoming the new Nolan Ryan, taking the mound every 2 seconds pretty much. And speaking of Jimenez, what he did last night against the Blue Jays shouldn't even be legal on planet Earth. He shut that team down, if I've ever seen shut down. Like, one hit through, I forget how many innings, but everybody thought that Jimenez fell off. Everybody thought that he stunk it up. Well, he did stink it up. He was doing so damn bad. Like, it was almost historic how bad he was doing. The first half of the season, his ERA was almost like 7.5, or may even been more than that. But since the All-Star break, his ERA is like 3 point something. And he just shut down the Jays so bad last night. If I was an Orioles fan, I would be... If you were an Orioles fan, you should be fucking happy right now because you have a much better chance of making the postseason than the Jays. And the Jays are obviously still in a wild card spot, but man, it's not looking good. It is really not looking good. Like the starting pitching is really the only plus side on the team at the moment with Happ, Sanchez, and Estrada. Stroman he's suspect. He is just a toss-up. Dickey is a fucking piece of shit. Get rid of him and fucking Tolley too. Ship those guys away. They need to go. But I would feel much better if I was an Orioles fan than a Jays fan because this is not looking good for the Jays. Like, honest to God, when you think about it, Tulowitzki, Donaldson, and Encarnacion are really the only good fucking players on the team. That's no joke. Bautista fell off. I don't want to hear it. Bautista is not good anymore. He stinks. He's the worst fielder I've ever seen in my life behind Michael Saunders. So, it's looking bad. It's looking bad for the Jays, man. If they make the playoffs, that's fucking lucky as shit if you ask me. And if they play the Tigers, if the Orioles somehow don't make the playoffs, and the Jays have to play the Tigers in the wild card game, that's going to be bad. That is going to be so bad because you know Detroit's going to go out there, start Verlander. Verlander's going to go out there and have an amazing game probably because everybody knows the Jays strike out more than like almost every team. They may even have the most strikeouts in the MLB. At one point in the season they did, I'm pretty sure. If they don't have the number one strikeouts in the league at the plate, then it's definitely top 3. They strike out so damn much. And Verlander's going to go out there and just destroy them. Fucking, Miggy's going to go out there and do what he always does. And holy shit, man. Who else has been going crazy? Kinsler's been going crazy, I think, the past couple games, too. And who's the other guy? Fucking forget. There's another guy on the team who's been doing crazy for the Tigers. I can see him, and I forget. I'm drawing a blank right now. Hopefully I can remember. Damn it, I forget. But either way, there's been a couple guys on the Tigers who've been going off. And I would not be happy if I was a Jays fan. But anyway, just wanted to get that out of the way because that was a terrible game to watch if you were a Jays fan. That's just bad. That's just bad that Jimenez went out there and did that shit to the Jays. And yeah, man, what I was saying at the beginning of this video, trying to get the bats going, I mean, I was doing that pretty decent. I was doing pretty decent in this game so far. I mean, I have about 7 or 8 hits up until this point. So whenever you get like around there, you know you're having a pretty decent day at the plate. And here we fucking go. Spark the comeback. I have never seen worse calls in my life than in this game. I didn't really show any of them, but there were so many calls from the zebra behind the dish. When the ball was literally in the strike zone, was not getting the call. That was so fucking bad. That is why I walked like 3 or 4 guys in this game because I was getting zilch calls. No calls at all behind the plate. But I mean, before this guy starts to rally, I'm able to stop the bleeding. Thank God. Because usually when you get about 2 or 3 hits in a row, it is just bad. I'm looking to respond. Manny Machado has been doing very good since he's been back in the lineup. And what do you know? We're not wasting any time to get that run back. So Machado goes deep. And now I retake the 4-run lead, 5-1. Look at Jimenez. Jimenez is stepping up to the dish and sending one to the gap. Look at him with the fucking 0 speed. This guy's a turtle out there. Able to make it into second base for the stand-up double. How the fuck many times you're going to be able to say that with a guy with 0 speed? This is a nice play right there. Going to third base, even though I would have just taken the easy out at first. I guess that was an easy out at third base, too, with Jimenez with the 0 speed. And then Pujols is just hitting a ground out to shortstop to end this inning. So I'm able to get the run back. We now have the 4-run lead again, keeping Jimenez in the game. I find that a lot of people struggle against Jimenez, man. Me included. whenever I face the flashback Jimenez, I find that I struggle too because his pitches are nasty. You got the 98-mile-an-hour fastball, and then you drop in a fucking curveball, and even the changeup is pretty good. The slider is pretty decent too, not the best, but pretty decent. Look at Altuve with the bare hander on Ichiro right there to end that inning. So going into the 8th, McCann facing a lefty. This is one of the only lefties I've ever used who I'm not afraid of using against a lefty. The lefty-on-lefty matchups do not matter. McCann sends one down the right field line for the dinger right there. So now I'm increasing the lead again to 6-1, and then Altuve is stepping up to the dish and finding the gap as well. The bats are alive, ? You would think they would be. This is like the 11th hit of the game. Funny thing is, too, this guy must have realized I was getting the bats going because he decided to leave. I mean, 11 hits is not too bad. Hopefully I can continue to do this at the plate in future games.